Hi, everybody. It is still November 16, 2019. No one left a comment regarding this map that I had included in my video that I just posted earlier. It is an incredible map, and it's loaded with information regarding electromagnetic frequencies and the effects on virtually everything. So if you are experiencing symptoms and you're not sure if they are related to maybe that Wi-Fi in your home, or maybe those the electronic gadgets that you have, the cell phone that you're using, the smart meter in your house, the cell tower that is close to your home. How about those Gwen towers that might be close to your home? The satellites up there beaming down electromagnetic frequencies, Doppler radar. Here is where you can probably diagnose yourself faster than if you went to a doctor. Oh, right. Most doctors never, ever talk about the electromagnetic smog, saturation, the dangerous frequencies that, are in their offices now. They never discuss it. I tried several times with my doctor to discuss it and got nowhere. So, that's the way of the world. Doctors are not interested in the cause. They're interested in treating symptoms, and, well, we're living in an era now when their treatment is causing more illness. Yeah. They'll give you medication that then has side effects, and then you have more problems, more medical issues. So, I have heard from many, many people, I don't go to doctors anymore. That's probably, what doctors are good for: healing a broken leg, broken arm. You got something broken, they're really good at patching that up. Outside of that, our medical our medical profession is truly a danger to our health. So, let me just show you around a little bit. I haven't spent all that much time. All of what you see here, hyperlinks to studies, articles, more information, multiple brain effects of electromagnetic frequencies. These are the non-ionizing electromagnetic fields, the effects on the brain. Just this one map is a tremendous amount of information here. They've got the categories: mood, behavior, neurosensory systems, central nervous system diseases. All of these are links. The tumors, all of these are links and the kinds of tumors. Neuroarchitecture, metabolic functions, all of these are links in that category. Genetic effects, blood flow and barrier, neuroprocessing, all these are links. Cognition, all links. Mitochondrial DNA, all these links. And you also have these. Oh, brain tissue dehydration. Now that sounds like fun, right? So you click on that, and what do? You come up with a study, abstract. Here it is. Yes. These microwaves are causing brain dehydration. We're being cooked. We are being cooked. Now, some of us are in areas where, well, let's just say the microwave has been put on high for a very, very long time. Hang on for 1 second. Yes, the microwave on high. Some areas it's on low. Some areas it's on low periodically. Some areas on high 24/7. The people in those areas, and all life, trees, plants, all species, in the high 24/7, they're getting cooked to the point where many are symptomatic. Most do not attribute their symptoms to these invisible frequencies. That's a shame, because they'll go off to a doctor, they'll get the medication for the symptoms that they have, and then they will get worse from those medications. Oh, some might feel some relief, short term, but yes, the medications that doctors give us are very toxic and very dangerous. Okay, so this is quite a resource, cognition. How about we go to, let me just zoom in so that you can see it too, sorry. Cognition. Wi-Fi and memory. Cognitive tasks. Alteration of cognition. ADHD. Wow. So, Wi-Fi and memory. Okay, here we go. Wi-Fi alters brain activity in young adults. Studies. The evidence that unfortunately a lot of people don't seem to care about. Oh, their opinion is good enough. Many people who are asymptomatic look at people who are symptomatic as if they're just, well, hypochondriacs or making it all up. But when I first came on YouTube talking about these frequencies and the effects, a whole lot of people were asymptomatic. In time, a whole lot of people became symptomatic because the cumulative effect is very real. And it really all comes down to that individual. The weight of the individual matters. There's a whole lot of factors, but every individual is unique and no one is the same. Their physicality, very different. Some people have pre-existing conditions. Some people are already sick. And the cumulative effect of the frequencies, well, keeps them sick. Yes, electromagnetic frequencies can keep you sick, can work in a way that what you want to repair, heal, feel better about, and you can't get there, cumulative effect of the frequencies. So, may I say once again, you have Wi-Fi in your home, get rid of it and get an Ethernet cable to ground your internet access. You're still on that iPhone or smartphone? I understand a lot of people are, well, they need it because of their work, or it's unfortunate that we have so rapidly changed that there are people who need a smartphone or an iPhone because of their work. But there's an awful lot of people who use them who don't need them. And every time you pick up that phone, you are damaging your brain. You are damaging your health. I don't get it. A whole lot of awake people understand that these frequencies are very, very dangerous. and they don't seem to get rid of their Wi-Fi. They don't do anything to change their own behavior with, the use of these electronic gadgets. That to me seems odd. So maybe we're all just, I don't know, suicidal. There's also related maps: autism, tinnitus, insomnia, melatonin, EEG and EMF, EMF and thinking, memory problems, Alzheimer's disease, EMF and the immune system, EMF and the nervous system, EMF and blood-brain barrier. All of these are links. Brain thermal effects and distance from phone. What else do we have? Wow. High quality studies indicate tumor risk. This is a resource that everybody needs to bookmark. Overview of neurologic effects. Let's go there. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. Neurological effects of radio frequency electromagnetic radiation relating to wireless communication technology. And this is a Henry Lay study. There are so many effects. Blood-brain barrier. These frequencies cross the blood-brain barrier. Open it, actually. Open it. So think about all of the toxins that we are breathing, well, just from that aerosol spraying. The aluminum, the barium, the strontium, the fungi, the whatever else they are spraying, but the lithium and all sorts of fabulous toxic chemicals and heavy metals. Those nanoparticulates that we don't see. Well, sometimes we do see it, at night, in the light, all of that flickering dust. With these frequencies that open our blood-brain barrier, those toxins go right through. The blood-brain barrier is really important because it keeps out toxins from our brain. Well, most of us don't have that anymore. So, you can read about the blood-brain barrier. Even though most studies indicate that changes in brain-brain barrier occurs only after exposure to radio frequency radiation of high intensities with significant increase in tissue temperature, several studies have reported increases in permeability after exposure to radio frequency radiation of relatively low intensities. This is just not good. Pulsed radio frequency radiation. Your cell phone pulses radio frequency radiation. The cell towers pulse radio frequency radiation. Wi-Fi pulsing in your home, radio frequency radiation. Smart meters pulse radio frequency radiation. All electronic gadgets, cars with Wi-Fi, pulsing. Well, very, very dangerous. These pulses, when they are intermittent and irregular pulses, the body can't adapt. It would be better if we had a consistent stream of frequencies instead of these frequencies pulsating at our body. Think of you standing on the sidewalk and somebody comes up to you and smashes you in the face. Well, you'd feel that, right? That's what the frequencies are doing. You may not feel it, you may not see it, but those frequencies coming from all different sources are affecting every cell in your body, hitting you at well, whenever they want to pulse the frequencies. All of this is extremely dangerous. Our environment now does not support health. And, well, pretty much all of us are trapped in it. You can't get away from it. I have my internet grounded with an Ethernet cable. Doesn't matter. I live in a very tiny studio. My neighbors on either side both have Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi frequencies come right through the walls into my apartment. I'm being cooked by my neighbors. I even asked one of them, could you get rid of it and get an Ethernet cable? No, she had to move her laptop. You want to know how small these studios are? Tiny. Tiny. She said today she's not sleeping well. I've told her about Wi-Fi. Well, neither am I sleeping well. So I have to suffer the consequences of these two neighbors who won't get rid of their Wi-Fi. A lot of us are stuck. And a lot of us are experiencing a whole lot of symptoms. Cellular morphology of the brain, radio frequency radiation induced morphological changes of the central nervous system are shown only to occur under relatively high intensity or prolonged exposure to the radiation. Prolonged exposure to radiation? You're sitting in Wi-Fi? That exposure? Many people don't even turn off their Wi-Fi. It just keeps going 24/7. I don't know anybody who is feeling good. No one. Those people in my real life, my neighbors, I can think of only one that might be okay. She's 31 years old. But the only thing that I can say about her is that she never mentions anything about how she feels. Everyone else feels like hell. Exhausted, chronic pain, and COPD. My God, I can't believe how many people have COPD, and so many other, bizarre symptoms that they report. Told another neighbor about get rid of your Wi-Fi. Won't do it. Okay, well, then we just continue to suffer until we die. Wow, now that is a meaningful life. All right, so you can read all about, the symptoms, generally speaking, regarding Wi-Fi. Changes in neurotransmitter function. Wow, we need these neurotransmitters. Those, things firing in your brain. Let's say, hey, I want to get up from this chair. Boom, neurotransmitters firing off in my brain, and they get my body up and walking out of my chair. When you have neurotransmitter disruption, well, everything goes askew. A whole lot of you are telling us and me via emails that your ability to function, basic functioning, getting up, taking a shower, getting dressed, going out, shopping, has become a real ordeal because of the pain and the exhaustion and the confusion, the brain fog that you are experiencing. So, when you begin to break down physically, you begin to feel vulnerable in this world, and especially in a world that is turning crazy, insane, and violent. So, there's also a tremendous amount of studies underneath the study that you are reading. Funny how they say, oh, well, you know, there's no studies on, the adverse effects of frequencies. They're safe. Really? No studies? My God. Okay, well, Henry, you must be making all of this up. Henry Lay is the, I think one of the main authors of the Bio Initiative, and here it is, the Bio Initiative 2020, another site that has a tremendous amount of studies that have shown negative, adverse effects of electromagnetic frequencies. Let's see. Now, artificial EMF and sleep. What did I do to get to one particular page? Hang on. I think I went to index of all maps related to EMF and the brain. Oh, wow. EMF and memory issues. EMF and thinking. Oh, whole lot. EMF and melatonin. So many people cannot sleep. Or they sleep for maybe a couple of hours and then they wake up and they can't get back to sleep. Electromagnetic frequencies deplete the melatonin in your brain, and melatonin is very important. The depletion leaves you unable to sleep, suffering insomnia. The electromagnetic frequencies also reduce that REM stage significantly. So, rapid eye movement, that stage, that deep, deep sleep that the body needs to heal. Electromagnetic frequencies say, you ain't gonna get it. We don't want you to have that deep, deep sleep. We want you waking up feeling like crap. Feeling like you're exhausted. Feeling like you did not get a good night's sleep. That's what these electromagnetic... Just sleep alone, and I've said this for years, just that alone, if that was the only effect to wake you up periodically throughout the night, to leave you without a good night's sleep, to take away that rapid eye movement, the REM stage of sleep, the deep sleep, if that was the only effect, you'd still be having all of this. Sleep is really important. Sleep is the most important biological need that the body needs to heal, that the mind and brain needs to think clearly, to be sharp, during the day. So, if you're not sleeping, eventually you can come down with a whole lot of disorders just from that effect alone. This is an incredible site, really. Brain symptoms, disturbed sense of place, neurosensory disturbances, accumulation of amyloid, alterations in EEG findings, disrupted sleep architecture, increased cancer incidence, free radical damage to cells, neurodevelopmental disorders, disrupted memory processing, weakened blood-brain barrier, cognitive and behavior problems. A lot of kids who are growing up in a Wi-Fi environment. As infants, they're given these iPads so that they can be, well, the parents think, oh, this kind of brain stimulation is good for them. Well, then when they hit school age and they're exhibiting symptoms of ADHD, attention deficit disorder, if they didn't have those iPads, if they didn't grow up in a Wi-Fi environment, they may very well not have had those symptoms. So, parents are providing an unsafe environment for their own children, and then they're diagnosed with some mental disorder and put on medications. They're ruined before they get to be adults. Isn't that great? Their brains, their body, their health. And in one of the videos that I just recently posted, millennials, their health begins to deteriorate at 27 years of age. And they grew up in this electromagnetic saturation. It's so sad. It is truly, unbelievably sad. EMF and thinking. We seem to have it backward. In the absence of the sacred, anything goes. Because we're completely spun off, unrooted, with no sense of consequences, no family, no community, no nothing. These technologies do act as drugs. They are what society offers to make up for what has been lost. Not only are these things that are available, not only are those the things that are available, but those are the things that keep you from knowing that there is anything else available. So, in other words, when society breaks down, declines, the family is destroyed, community destroyed, what do people have? Their iPhone, their smartphone, their computer. When you can't find anybody to relate to, what do you have? Your electromagnetic frequency gadget that is going to emit frequencies that are dangerous for your health. But we have essentially lost so much. So many of us are now completely alone. Trapped. We are trapped in this dangerous environment. It's unbelievable. Many people have reported brain fog, difficulty thinking clearly, and interacting with the environment. When exposed to electromagnetic frequency and digital technologies, cognitive difficulties have been reported anecdotally and studied in connection with these technologies. Different mechanisms combine to alter neuronal structures and functions. And this map offers a list of reported effects with links to studies, articles, overviews, and related maps. Diseases of distraction, sleep effects, cyber sickness, speech problems, impaired learning, reduced attention. Everybody lately, attention spans? Generally speaking, the attention span of the human being is about 8 seconds in the Western world. 8 seconds. Okie dokie. Suicidal depression, mental health problems, lost capacity for empathy, worse exam performance, spatial cognition problems. Walking into the corner of a door when you think you're going to be getting right out there. Decline in fine motor skills, decreased critical thinking, delayed speech in children, driving inattention blindness, decreased long-term retention. But you know what? We're doing this. Oh, it's not the elite, crazy, psychopathic nutjobs who want us on all of these gadgets. We buy them. So we are absolutely a part of our own decline. Failure to make memories, neurodevelopmental issues, reduced cognitive capacity. Children lose social skills. Oh, how many children do you know that have social skills where they're looking at you and they can carry on a conversation? You know, eye contact. A whole lot of young here, they look at the ground. They don't look up. You say hello, and if you get them to mutter a hello back, but they don't meet your eye. This is so dangerous. And the evidence is out there. And it's been talked about. And it's been talked about on mainstream media. So, for those who still remain ignorant, that's a choice they have made. For those who want to hurt themselves, go for it. You hurt other people, like your children, you have no right to do that. None. Anxiety, depression, lowered intelligence, perceptual mediation, moral judgment altered, substitute for thinking, concentration problems, brain circulation changed, false statements believed. Ah, I actually had that. Physiologically patterned weak magnetic fields applied over left frontal lobe increase acceptance of false statements as true. Wow. So, pulsing a certain 25 hertz burst firing, which is really a good description. False statements as true. Think about that. Are you having difficulty getting through to people who are believing false information? And when you try to show them the non-false information, they just will not believe it. Or it's almost like they go through this cognitive dissonance and then just they don't want to have the conversation. These results suggest that the appropriately pulsed magnetic field during the refutation process of what one has been told or has heard can increase the probability a person will accept a false statement as true. So we have an awful lot of people who seem to not recognize that something is very wrong in our country, listening to mainstream media. The obvious lies they are listening to over and over and over again. And unbelievably, a whole lot of people believe the horseshit they're fed. Okay. Interaction of EMF and toxins. So we have these frequencies, and then we have the toxins that we drink, our water, the foods we eat, the GMOs, the aerosol spraying that we are breathing. And here, there's a home to this site. learning about electromagnetic frequencies, a basic fact sheet, technology issues, EMF research, cell, tissue, physiology, electrohypersensitivity, clinical symptoms, brain, neurophysiology, the environment, power and voltage, self-help remedies, and non-EMF health and environment, which is an awful lot: plastics, fluoride, ionizing radiation, GMO foods. So, yeah, I've gone on quite a bit, but wow, I mean, you could be here forever. But they do talk about how the frequencies, detoxing, well, you can try all you want, but the detoxification mechanisms may be overwhelmed and fail. Immune systems may become overwhelmed. Yeah, we are facing assaults all over. Every single day, 24/7. So, there's an awful lot of people who I've spoken to who have said, I do this and I do that and I do this and nothing helps. They can use these frequencies that no matter what you do, you ain't going to get better. Is this an evil that is so incomprehensible to those who are not evil? Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, I hope that you click on the link below. I hope you take a look at this site and, yep, millimeter waves, 5G, our bodies. Awful lot of information right here on this site. Easy to look through, and everything is linked to. This took enormous work. Experts speak out on 5G, Dr. Deborah Davis, Martin Paul, and a whole lot more. Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. Bookmark it. Circulate it. It'll be easy when you're talking to somebody who, well, they say you're crazy. Pull this up. Let them view it. Tell them. All these links, evidence of adverse effects. Have a good night, guys.